All right, everybody, welcome to the Truth Juggernaut Newsroom. Look, today's topic, social media, the strong arm of the Biden administration. If you notice, there's a question mark after that. I have to put the question mark after that because Facebook, any of the other social media outlets could come back and say, hey, Mr. Truth Juggernaut, that's not a true statement. You're going to have to take that off. So look, they won't even watch the content of the video. Well, I show proof where it looks like it's leaning that way. So anyway, let's jump right into it. So what we have first here that leads me to believe that, the Biden administration, they're going to use social media. They've already jumped out, use it on Trump. We'll get into that here in a little bit. But look here, Kamala Harris doubles down, calls out Twitter CEO to do something about Trump. Okay, and you know what? He did. Axe, gun, gone. All right, Nancy Pelosi, right here. Nancy Pelosi wants politicians to have the power to decide what people post on social media. She wants to get the government, the politicians involved more with Twitter. Be on another episode of the Truth Juggernaut. We're going to dive deep down into the Biden administration and show you who all is on board with it. Stay tuned for that one. Visit Facebook, YouTube, you name it. Can't go to Parler no more because they got to shut down. So anyway, Biden, where's he stand in all this? Joe Biden, ties to big tech emerge amid massive pro-Trump purge. So Biden had to be behind some of this too. Look at the little grin on his face. He's enjoying it. They're enjoying the power that they're exuding right now. They're having social media shut down all the conservatives, the apps, the websites, everything else. It's just getting ludicrous, folks. It's getting out of hand. It really is. All right, look, Biden has picked at least 14 people who have worked at the social media companies behind the recent crackdown on Trump supporters. The chief advisor to the Biden transition team is one of Apple's top lobbyists. Biden's choice for staff director in the White House is a former Facebook executive. A former Twitter boss has also been picked to serve as chief spokesperson for the National Security Council under the Biden administration. There it is. Here's some of the proof. All right. Now what I want to jump into, we're going to kind of compare Antifa, Black Lives Matter, where they're at in social media compared to Trump. Okay. Right now, let's see, prior to leading up to today, Facebook cracked down on Antifa. They did. Antifa, supposedly white supremacist organization. I don't know. It just looked like, to me, a bunch of rowdy teenagers and young adults trying to go out and just stir up problems. I'm sure there's a few extremists in the group, but they're not the Ku Klux Klan, folks. All right, but look, they removed 980 related Antifa groups from Facebook. Removed them. Boom, bang, gone. All right. Black Lives Matters. All right. Listen to this one. So they shut down all the Antifa stuff. Not all of it. They still got some snippets of Antifa stuff out there. But now, let's say Black Lives Matters. Listen, this little headline here. Black Lives Matter removes, listen to this, what we believe website page calling to disrupt nuclear family structure. That's it. They're calling to disrupt, there's outright was saying it, to disrupt the nuclear family structure. Sounds like terrorism to me, I mean, that would scare a lot of folks. Hey, I'm got to be worried about these guys. But you know what? You think they got a lot of their sites shut down and everything else? Nope. And for me, you know, I don't think Twitter and all them are ready to fight the battle, because they're going to come back if they get axed too much and shut down too much on their freedom of speech and everything else. They're going to claim racism. All right. I'm just saying, it happens all the time. Can you blame them sometime? Help keep them in the game, throw that card out there? Hey, I don't know. You decide. All right, so there we're at with Black Lives Matter. And look, this kind of gives you an overall perspective of where the social media outlets feel and are at about the two groups. All right, we're being played. Black Lives Matter, good cop, versus Antifa, bad cop. So they're labeling them right there, saying, okay, Black Lives Matter, good cop, Antifa, bad cop. For me, I think they both had their share of disruptive behavior over the past 4 years, so I'm going to call them both bad cops. All right, now, Facebook and Trump. We know he was cut off, everything else. Now Mark Zuckerberg has come out and he has said, look, he just banned Trump from Facebook and Instagram just for the next 2 weeks for the inauguration ceremony. That's it. So we'll see. Now, we'll see if he means it. We'll see if all the others, Amazon, Twitter, and everybody else restores everybody's service after the election. I doubt it. They may restore some of the more high profile celebrities and politicians, restore their stuff. But as far as the lower level, people getting knocked out of the game, people like me that's getting shut down, well, thank God I haven't yet. They're just going to stay shut down. That's it. All right. So, one over, they're being played. All right. Now, Department of Homeland Security Chief, DOJ, is targeting and investigating Antifa and Black Lives Matter leaders. All right, listen to this. And those funding riots. Now, we know how well the Department of Justice, CIA, and all them have worked as far as arresting people, the higher ups, politicians. No, they investigate, never arrest. So, do I see any of the big leaders and the funding people just getting arrested by the droves? No. And this is why. This is why. George Soros, he's one of them. He's, you know, he's funding it, but he's way back here. He's like the kingpin of the drug dealers, you know, that they never get caught. They're way deep back. You never catch them, but I think they could if they wanted to. Just, he's got too much money, too much power, too much influence. That's the same thing that happened with Jeffrey Epstein, why he just got his hand slapped, you know, when he was accused of, you know, indecent exposure with a minor or whatever they ended up charging him for, and he got away with it. So there we go. But listen to George Soros' statement. If you cannot find a racist rally, you create one. And that's what they do. That's what they do. They just go ahead and create one all the time. So I want to read this to you. This is a statement by Edward Bernays. They call him, he was more or less the public relations guru back in the day. he made a mark in that area. And this is what he says. The conscious and intelligent manipulation of the organized habits and opinions of the masses is an important element in democratic society. All right, now listen to this. Those who manipulate this unseen mechanism of society constitute an invisible government, which is the true ruling power of our country. That's it. Those that manipulate the unseen mechanism of the habits and opinions of the masses. That's who rules our country. And we know who that is. I don't agree with Edward Bernays and a lot of the stuff he did, because it's more or less lying to sell products. He would give them good angles. Hey, this pitch for different companies and everything else, and it's all totally false, just misleading people to buy the product. He reached out to their emotions. He was the first one that really pushed reaching out to emotions to get people. Just grab them and make them do what you want. All right. So, look, for the sake of national unity, Facebook, Twitter, everybody, look, don't just unlock Trump's social media accounts. We have to learn to get along, and this is not the way to try to silence people's opinions and their thoughts. You just can't. All right. Look, I want to end it with this. Look, we all need to get along in this world, in the United States, everywhere. Look, can we do it? Will there ever be peace on this earth? You know what? Total peace? Never. Never. But look, as always, I'm going to leave it with this. This was from the Dalai Lama. Do not let the behavior of others destroy your inner peace. So listen. Thanks for watching the video. Please go to Facebook. Like I said, I stay on enemy territory, if that's the way you want to look at it. Go to YouTube. Like, subscribe. Help me build my base so we can get the word out. And as always, don't let the destructive, mind-blowing powers of our corrupt political system run your day. Stay peaceful, just like the Dalai Lama says. See you next time.